Hey guys, Roger Burnley here. Hope you're doing really well. I called this video, this little letter I'm sending to you, how to move through a pandemic. And the reason that I'm talking about it is because I've done it many, many times. And it is scary. I was watching a fellow coach of mine on Facebook today doing a live little talk there, and he's yelling at people, telling them, don't be afraid, stop being afraid, that's going to get you. And that's really difficult to do. I get it. It's not easy to not go into fear when this is happening because it's all you see on the news. It's all you see that is occurring in the world. And especially when things are being shut down and closed, some of you are going to have your kids home. You're going to have to change your lives. Everything's going on. You might be losing money. All of that is happening. However, we've done this many times before. Many of you know I write and meditate every single day. And this morning I wrote a message that said, you've done this before and you did well. And that's exactly true. And that's what I want to give to you. I've decided to look back and see how many pandemics that we've had in the world or just in our country. I just went back to through what I could think of through my lifetime. And it was kind of surprising how many there were and how many of them I remembered and how many of them I lived through. And even ones where I got infected myself. So I know what that's like. I know what it's like to be that sick. I know what it's like to go through that. However, I do know that you can recover, and there's certain elements and things that you can do that would facilitate that, that would help you, number one, stay safe, and also if you do get sick, how you can recover, because I've done it many, many times. I've talked about this so much, and the reason that my life has shifted into being an intuitive empowerment life coach is because I know that I come with this kind of experience that could give you some sort of hope and comfort, because that's what you need right now. I know I've talked to so many people, and all of my clients, the ones that I have seen, who aren't, really freaked out, that they are really uncomfortable and nervous about the entire thing. So I get it. But let me just tell you some interesting facts that I'd forgotten about some of these. But we had something called the Spanish flu. That was a long time ago. That was in 1918. I didn't know about that one. I wasn't alive in that one. And then we had another thing even before that. Now, these things killed millions of people. They happen. But with each one, we, as a collective society, we figure out how to find a cure, how to find a vaccine, how to do something. And yes, this is bigger. This particular one seems bigger, that we've never experienced it before. But guess what? We felt the same way with each one that came up in years past. It always felt that way. This has never happened. As a society, we're always evolving. We're becoming more. So yeah, our problems get bigger too. Even in our lives, in our personal lives, that's really what's going on. You are given something because you can handle it now. You're much more evolved. You have much more awareness, knowledge, information, whatever it might be. But this was what was surprising. I can remember some of these. The Asian flu was in 1957. And that killed 1,600 people, 116,000 people in the U.S. So it was a big deal. Now the King Kong flu, I remember that. I was old enough to remember that because that was in 1968. Then there was the swine flu, and a lot of you can remember that. Same thing. And then we had HIV/AIDS, which I had people around me dying all the time. So yeah, it's really scary when that is going on and you don't know what it is, how to handle it, what's going to happen to you. So what can you do? The only thing you can do is stay in your moment of now. And I'm telling you this because I've talked about this before, but I've moved through some really challenging, horrible things, illnesses, hospitalizations, addictions, all kinds of things. And a long time ago when I was moving through one of them, I happened to discover Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now. And he gave me this concept of everything is happening in this moment right now. And even when you can allow yourself, when you can stay in the moment, you don't have any pain, you don't have any physical pain, and you don't have any fear. Because guess what? When you're completely in your moment of now, you're not worried about what's going to happen next year, tomorrow, you're not worried about that because you're right here. And when you're right here, you're not regretting the past. You're not thinking about all the stuff you screwed up and you messed up and all of that. So you have your moment of now. Another thing that I started studying more than 40 years ago was your point of power is in the present. Same concept, meaning that all you can do in your now moment is become peaceful, pray if that's what you do, whatever it is. But guess what you're doing? You're releasing your stress. You know, I talk about meditation a lot because meditation, you know this, it's been shown now, it is actually causing you to calm down. It's causing you to relax. Stress is what's going to kill you. Fear creates stress, and that's what will kill you. It will break down your immune system. It will make you susceptible to everything. I am saying this because I know for sure when I was going through something, as I told you, that was really difficult, and using Eckart's idea, I got healed. I would defy medical odds. They said, you're not supposed to be alive. Yeah, I know. But I decided to think something different. And that's why I'm doing this, and I want all of you to try to do that. I know that it's difficult. However, it can be done. I am living proof that if you're able to take the time, give yourself the time, and now many of you might be home, many of you might not be going to work or going out or staying home, so it's a perfect opportunity to go into your inside place and get in touch with who you are, decide how you're going to now live your life, because that's the other thing that happens. Every one of those things that I would go through, it got me to really examine who I am. What am I going to do? How long am I going to be here? When am I going to get it done? So that will be going on for you as well. And so use this as an opportunity to get in touch with that, especially if you're forced to be at home, especially if you can't go to work right now or school or whatever it might be. I'm telling you, these things work, and I am proof of it. So I just wanted to send this out, and I couldn't think of anything to give you to kind of help this except my services, of course, which I am always available. But what I decided to do is give you a little special. I'm going to put a link in there where you can get sessions at a half price if you'd like to do that. I know people are worried about their money and all of that, but some of you have money and you're sitting at home, so use it for this to help you get better. I don't care if it's empowerment coaching or vocal coaching, whatever it is, you can use it for that. And I just want to talk to you. That's all it is. And again, please take my words to heart and try to stay centered and calm, and that will do more for you than anything else. One of the books and one of the groups that I'm in, that I'm with a lot of other coaches, we follow Think and Grow Rich, and one of the most brilliant books ever written. But I always talk about this. There was a reason that Napoleon Hill knew that the most important word in that title was think. And you all have the ability to think, and just decide that you're going to think in your moment of now and that you are safe. All right, I'll see you guys soon.